Yeah. So July is beginning to surprise me. It started out awful, kind of like the end of June. Last 2 weeks of June were terrible. June was my slowest month in a long time. But this week, and this is only Wednesday, I've already done more this week than I did the whole month of June. It's freaking crazy. And people have been asking me about UGC, user-generated content, spokesperson videos. Why are you doing those? Et cetera, et cetera. How did you get into it? Blah, blah, blah. I've thought about this, and I said, at one time I said I wanted to coach, and then I said, no, I don't. I don't want to do that. There's too many good coaches. I will advise people on their business. I'll talk to you about your business and about voiceover and how to get into it, or if you're into it a year or so, how did you catapult, or how did you do this? I have never catapulted. That looks painful. But I have been able to take some basics and do some things and build a business off of that. None of this has been done off of stardom or being a unicorn. It's been done off freaking hustle. And I've been a blue-collar worker my whole life. I've worked in factories. I worked my way up from a guy putting the parts in the car with the air guns and shooting all the stuff, putting in jump seats, putting in glove boxes, putting in stuff under the hood. I did all that. Worked my way up into management, worked my way up into running plants, and then got out of it 3 years ago. Before that, I was in the garment industry for 12 years in a family business. And similar, hustle all my life. I've had to hustle. I opened a real estate firm to manage rental properties back about 2009, 8 or 9. Hustle. I'd work all day, work on that at night, in the evenings, weekends. I've always hustled. But this is a dream hustle because I love it. So when people were asking me about UGC and then before coaching is off the table other than business coaching. I can't performance coach people. I can do demos with people and get them through the demo and do a pretty decent job, I think, helping them with the reads. But I don't want to feel like I've taken everything everybody's taught me and I've paid to learn from them and then just went, well, my method is a combination of all their stuff. I can go teach that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I just don't. But this is something I learned on my own, and that's UGC and spokesperson videos. And I'm making, you're going to see when I put my stuff out in the next few months, if this continues, I'm making as much or more on UGC than I am voiceover, and I'm doing okay with voiceover. This week alone, I've done, I'm not usually a numbers person, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Somebody dinged in. I've done over $2,000 in UGC. This is only Wednesday, and I only did 3 videos. It pays okay. Now, is it junk sometimes? Yeah. I posted on TikTok the other day, 6 seconds of a thing was an air conditioning cover, and the air conditioner comes on, it raises up. It's supposed to keep debris out of the air conditioner. Between us, I don't want one on mine. I want the air to flow. And I just posted that on TikTok, and it had almost 200,000 views this morning. Well, then TikTok said, you can be a TikTok affiliate now and sell stuff, and you got this many comments and followers. So now I'm going to dig into that. I'm going to start the stuff that I've bought, do some videos on it, put it up, put a link with it, and see if I can help my income there. Why not? But back to UGC and spokesperson stuff. I'm going to put together between now and sometime in September a webinar, and I will open it up to, 20 people maybe, because I don't want too many in there because I want to be able to answer questions. This will go front to back, how I set it up, where I get the business, how I structure the pricing, how I shoot the videos, what equipment I use, how do I get good sound, because 90% of the time, that is the comment I get on every review. The sound on your videos are way better than we've ever had with any other content creator. And it's not a secret thing. It's pretty easy. Just people don't want to take the time to do it and do it right. The filming, I've tried other cameras. I've done this and done that. I'll talk about what not to do, what not to spend. I think I can put together a pretty solid thing. This is bigger than I thought, and I'm surprised. This is an example of when you pivot and you take what works and what somebody recommends to you. You should try this. You should go do. And for a year, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be on camera. That's not me. But dude, there's a huge market for senior, mature spokesperson because the older crowd are the ones that buy a ton of this stuff. Sure, younger people do too, but they want a trusted face. God, really? And they want a trusted voice. And I've had some people come back and say, they watched a few of my samples. They say, have you done a lot of this? And da-da-da-da, because we really like the way you sound. And do you have more video samples? Well, I got some that I haven't made into compilations, and I'll send them a sample, and they're like, okay, you're hired. Here, give us the address. We'll send you the stuff. And I've done everything from hearing aids, pillows, supplements. I've got a diabetes med coming. I've got some food coming this week that is like a box of different foods that are refrigerated, and I have to, go on camera, sample them, talk about how good they are. I've got a power protein oatmeal coming this week. I did a truck cover this week. There's more. I just can't think of all of them off the top of my head. Some of them are apps. You just do it for the app, like gambling apps and this and that and the other. And in all honesty, I don't think, other than one my wife and I are working on right now for some kind of bracelet that the wife gives the husband and he cries and da-da-da-da-da. We got to finish it today. Other than that one, I don't think I've ever spent more than 30 minutes on one of them. If you work and it's an 8-hour day and I'm only spending 3 or 4 hours on voiceover, why not? And I'm going to say this, since my marketing has now got more automated, I don't have to spend as much time on it. I got time, and I want to make more money, so why not? I want to make as much as I can the next few years, because after that, I'm not going to care. I'm going to turn the volume down, the switch down, and say I'm going to do this and this with voiceover, and I don't want to do a whole lot else because I'm not a kid. If I was in my 30s, 40s, yeah, I'd be super duper hustling, but I'm not. I'll be 62 in October. And that's coming up quick. So my thing is, for the next few years, make as much as I can. And that's what I want to do. If you're interested in this, leave a comment and or reach out to me and say, yeah, I would do that. And I'm not going to make it real expensive, but I'm not going to do it for free because I'm going to put a bunch of time into it. I'm going to make a really nice presentation that'll last about 30, 40 minutes, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. I'm going to share documents. I'm going to give you PDFs. Here's how to structure your proposals to people. Here's all the key terms that you got to watch for. Here's things they'll pull on you if you're not careful, because a lot of these people are overseas, and these are the things to watch out for. And here, if you want to do it right, this is how you do it. If you're interested, let me know. Hey, what do you think of this old mic? This is an old model Shure MV7. I have to watch plosives on it because I'm not used to it. I need to get off axis more or whatever. It's got a pretty good, clear podcast content sound to it. These mics were, a derivative of the SM7B. This is the first derivative that came out. Now there's a better one. This one does have what's this little bitty USB? I don't know if it's an A or a mini USB mini or whatever. And it will go directly into your PC, but I'm running it right now with a Fed head through my mixer. And I'm going to try it out on my other thing later to see if I can do a podcast from the other area of the studio and just plug it in directly. I don't know, but I'm waiting on another Mac, docking station to come in, because I've got one I use for my portable stand, but I'd like to have a second one, and I just bought the exact same one. It was a Kensington. It was on sale for like $120, and those things are awesome because they actually work when you plug stuff into them. Some of them don't. But anyway, I'm kind of playing with this too. It's VO Life everywhere today. Sorry, I didn't think about that till I just looked up and saw the double logos. But, think about it. If you want to get into UGC, you're not afraid of being on camera. Heck, it's nothing but voice acting in front of your phone, and that's all it is. You put a teleprompter on there, and you're reading copy. You're acting out copy. You're involved in your copy, but it's just on your phone. It ain't that hard. I don't want you to take all my work, of course not, but it's an avenue for anybody that's looking for something extra, especially if you're younger. Maybe you have a niche you can work from. And I just got accepted, like I said, as a TikTok seller today. I've got to start working on that. That's more work to do. But you know what? You got to put the damn work in if you want to make some money. Put it in training on the front end, train your butt off, then hustle your butt off on marketing. And if you're going to be on play-to-plays, hustle, but be careful. And if you're going to do other stuff. And then the last thing I'll say is, do the do. All right? Do the do. You can do this. See ya.